Hello, my name is Tren. I'm a failed bodybuilder who is now trying to teach myself boxing through virtual reality. If you don't know, Thrill the Fight 2 is a virtual reality boxing game and available on the MetaQuest 3. It lets you fight with people across the world in a virtual boxing ring. While it is no doubt a video game and not the same as real life sparring, I and many others wonder if there's any merit and if it could be a viable training tool. This YouTube series will follow my journey of VR boxing, where I analyze and break down my own fighting footage. I find that when you look at yourself from a recorded perspective, some issues can be glaringly obvious. It's a lot easier to spot them and correct them. Each episode will identify a few key items, and the intention is to go back into VR on the training dummy, drill these key items, and take my newly mastered techniques into a new match. Will I be able to improve my boxing using a video game? Let's find out. So this is some footage from a fight between me and a sparring partner called Sib from the AVB community. After watching Tony Jeffries fight in our tournament, I noticed how well he used his jab and how effective it was. So I really wanted to try and focus on my jab going forward. You can see in this fight, I start to throw it a few times here. But one thing I'm noticing with this jab, now that I watch back, it's quite obvious. My jab, my right hand here, is completely dropped every time I throw this. I'm not keeping the guard up well at all. That was like a jab there, and look where my hand is. It's nowhere near my face, near my chin where it needs to be. As we watch here, I throw a couple more jabs again, and my right hand is just never really guarding my right part of my chin, and that just opens me up. These jabs are nice 1-2s here, a lot of jabs, and the jabs, if you don't notice, the jabs are actually stunning the opponent as well. So they're doing good damage, but I need to remember to keep this hand up here. Every time my left hand goes out, my right hand should be stuck to my chin, basically guarding me. So this is the start of the second round here. I come out with some 1-2s as I'm trying to focus on them. You can see I throw a jab there, another jab, 1-2 there, into a left hook. One thing that I want to focus on in this next one is when I do throw this jab and follow it with a 1-2, I want to extend that combo into a 1-2-3. At the moment, all I have in my arsenal is a 1-2. As you can see, it's always 1-2, 1-2. So what I was talking about before is when I throw this jab, I want to keep this hand guarding. I don't want to drop it. I want to drop it every time I throw it. The other thing we're going to focus on is I like to throw 1-2. I want to extend that combo now in the next match. Be able to throw 1-2. We'll leave a shot into the body. 1. But every time, throw hands, turn, face. A bit harder in VR because you got the headset in front of you, but still, that's what we're going to focus on. Focus is hands up, guard up, always guard up. And when I jab, this stays here, and this doesn't drop. So I don't want to go like this. See how this drops? I want to go like this. So I won't bore you by making you watch this whole thing, but basically I drill on a dummy for about 10-15 minutes, focusing on the jab and the 1-2 check hook. So this is a match between me and Sumi. I'm in the white shorts. I went into this thinking, let's throw a lot of jabs, practice the jab here, practice the jab while keeping the guard up. You can see I start off with a fair few jabs here, and then I want to also practice the 1-2 check hook combo. And there it is. You see the check hook is throwing that lead hook and pivoting to the side on the same movement. Just there, you can see. Here's some more clips of me throwing this jab and trying to practice the combo. Jab straight into a check hook. Done that a few times in the fight now, so I'm starting to build a little bit of muscle memory. What I'm noticing is my guard on my jab is still kind of low. Could be higher. Definitely could be higher. In game, it looks okay, but in person, it could be higher. This is in the second round here. Starting to get sweaty, getting tired, slowing down. Still trying to practice the jab and there it is, the jab cross into a check hook. Throwing that many times in this match now. You can see I'm very much slowing down, losing the compactness in my shots. So we jump into the 4th or the 5th round here. I'm much more tired. My form will start to break down. You can see everyone, when they get tired, they will start to break down their form a little bit. Here I'm throwing some quite wild hooks, big heavy shots. Here I'm trying to do some damage here. We'll see if I get back to the jab. There's a little one too, but I kind of held it back. And you can see now I'm throwing a lot less jabs. I'm sort of falling back to my default fighting style, and that's just because I haven't trained this yet enough, right? This is a new thing, the new type of fighting style, sort of outboxing. I'm not used to, and you find when you get tired, you revert back to what you know the best and what you're most comfortable on, even if it's not the best thing. This is me dying on the floor between the 5th and the 6th round. As you can see, I have almost nothing left in the gas tank. I'm doing the splits in the game, and I'm dying in real life. Now, this is the last final round. I think it's really important that you look at yourself even when you're tired in the last few rounds to see what you're used to and what you do wrong when you are tired. Here, I'm really upping up the ante. And so is my opponent, because we know it's the last round. But I don't see any jabs. There's one there. That one was not bad, actually. My guard was up. And then I go back to some really wide hooks, trying to get some damage out there. Would love to see one more jab here. Not bad, but I started throwing the straight away. And I think I've forgotten about the check hook. Oh, there it is there. There's the check hook there. So I can say I've started to slowly add in. I get a little knockdown there from a body shot. So I can say that the 1-2 check hook combo is now a little bit in my arsenal. I'm sure that I'll be able to bring that out more, even subconsciously without thinking when I'm in the thick of it. So that's definitely an improvement. I didn't have that combo in my arsenal at all. The jab definitely still needs work. I don't think the guard is where it needs to be yet. I think the guard could be higher, but it's quite hard to keep that guard up in VR. And I think the main problem is when I throw the jab and I know I'm throwing a straight to follow it up, I'm dropping it. I'm dropping it in expectation that I'm going to throw the arm. But here you can see I'm throwing these little jabs, and I'm mostly keeping the right arm up. I think it's enough for the game that my arm's not dropping, but it's definitely still room for improvement. So, can you learn boxing in VR? Look, I think it's definitely up to you, and if you want to use the game as a tool, it certainly can be used as one. It doesn't replace real sparring, it doesn't replace having a coach, but you could definitely drill some specific scenarios, specific combos, especially footwork and cardio. That's 100% trainable. So this is the end of the video, but the first of a long series. I will be doing the same thing in the future, focusing on a different aspect of my training and boxing every time. And hopefully by the end, I should be an Olympic gold medalist. See you for the next one.